everyone, welcome to this update video. I hope you're doing good. So we'll be looking at what is going on across the North Atlantic, and as we can see, we have a couple areas marked to be watched closely for development. So we have that Gulf disturbance. It's in the Bay of Campeche right now, just offshore Mexico. We can see it highlighted in red. That indicates a high chance of formation. Then we have that next area out there. Well, two areas out there highlighted in orange. One is marked with that X to show the location of that airflow pressure, and it's going to be drifting generally to the west over the coming days. Now, this area is given a 50% chance of formation, likewise for that other shaded orange area behind it. So we definitely have things getting a lot more active. We were seeing lots of yellows indicating low chances of formation a couple of days ago, and now here we have some systems which actually look as though they mean business. So let's go ahead and look at the satellite imagery. We can see that cluster of showers and thunderstorms in the southern Gulf of Mexico associated with the disturbance there, and that disturbance is designated as Invest 91L. Now that designation means it is being closely watched for development, and we have some model data available as well, which we'll go into later in the video. And we also see that frontal system which stretches into the Gulf of Mexico. Now the disturbance will be interacting with the tail end of this front, and that should help to enhance conditions for it to develop, hence the high formation chance. And then approaching the Caribbean, we can see all that shower and thunderstorm activity that's in association with the tropical wave in the area. It's actually entered the Caribbean, so we can see lots of showers and thunderstorms associated. And then there's another tropical wave out there, which is the one marked with that 50% chance of development, where we see that X. Another should come off the African coast by tomorrow, and that is the one for that second orange area that is shaded, where we may have some development take place over the coming days. But for the first one, we really want to watch that and see if it is going to be making its way to the Caribbean as something a little significant. So let's go ahead and zoom in more to the Caribbean region. Here we can see lots of showers and thunderstorms scattered about in some areas, as I had mentioned, for the Lesser Antilles. So areas such as Guadeloupe and even a few spots in Barbados experiencing some showers this morning, maybe other parts of the Lesser Antilles as well. You can let me know what's going on for you. And for many of us, though, we're going to wake up to some sunny skies. It's going to be a beautiful morning. But then as we head to the afternoon hours, we could see some showers and thunderstorms around. So speaking of, let's head on to the rainfall forecast here from Euro. We can see it. And for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, majority of the North Caribbean, really the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Cuba, Hispaniola, there could be some passing showers and those thunderstorms developing this afternoon. Things get a bit more active as we can see more color around for parts of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. And even for the parts of the Lesser Antilles, Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Barthélemy, Saba, St. Eustatius, St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua, Barbuda, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, those areas we can see within that shading. So there could be some periods of heavy rain and also those thunderstorms, and with all the heavy rainfall around, that may potentially trigger flooding in some vulnerable areas, those flood-prone areas. And so should you encounter any floodwaters at any point, please do not take any unnecessary risks. Further south, as we head to St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Grenada, even St. Lucia, Barbados, there could be some additional showers around, but further south gets a bit drier, especially as we head to parts of Trinidad and Tobago. ABC Islands, much not expected, although a couple showers may be around for some areas. Northern and South America, parts of Colombia, Venezuela, likely to be a bit active today, not so much the Guyanas. And then as we head to Central America, we see all these red shadings. Rainfall amounts probably just up to an inch or over an inch in some areas. And drifting more to the Gulf now, where we have that disturbance with a high chance of development. We can see all these colorful shadings here. So in parts of southern Mexico, there may be rainfall amounts, probably 8 to 10 inches throughout today. A lot of heavy rainfall likely from that area. So that's definitely going to trigger some flooding across some spots today. And then this area is going to slowly drift to the north. And as I speak, let's go on to it in a bit more detail. So here we can see here that it is given a high 80% chance of formation. So as for the models, let's go on to some model data and what they're expecting. First, we're looking at the track guidance, and we can see that there is some sort of a consistency with that general motion to the north-northwest, and then the system starts moving to the northeast east. So areas along the western Gulf Coast should definitely be on watch. Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, especially, as you can see, most of these tracks eventually take the system toward Louisiana. And then as it pertains to intensity, here we can see the intensity guidance. So we have the wind speeds in knots on the left side of your screen, and then along the x-axis you can see the forecast hour. So the green shading represents tropical storm intensity. The yellow indicates Cat 1 hurricane. For now, we can see that most available models are expecting that, yeah, this will become a tropical storm, one showing that it may actually make it to hurricane status. But for the most part, these models are not expecting much to become of it. And sometimes what happens is, because remember, it's going to be interacting with the frontal system, as I highlighted earlier in the video. So while the tail end of the front will definitely help out to enhance the moisture, once these frontal systems pass, they tend to increase the upper level winds in the atmosphere, which means that it's not so favorable for development, or while there is development taking place, there's going to be some interference, and there may also be some dry air. And tropical cyclones hate dry air, or development systems, they absolutely hate dry air, because once that gets into the circulation, it really helps to stabilize conditions and results in all that shower and thunderstorm activity dissipating or struggling to be maintained. Yes, the Gulf is very, very warm, but we need other conditions to be favorable for us to actually see development. So we'll see what eventually happens with it. But as I said, areas along the western Gulf Coast should definitely be keeping watch. We could have a tropical depression forming very soon, eventually a tropical storm. And the next name on the list is Francine. Now, as we head to the other two areas here, we can see this one with the 50% chances I highlighted earlier. So this one is probably going to approach the Caribbean Islands, the northeastern Caribbean, over the coming days. So we'll definitely have to keep our eyes on it. And then for this other area, so we'll see what eventually happens with the second area. But it is that time of year, things are getting active, and of course I'm here to keep you guys posted on all that is going on in the tropics. And that is basically what I wanted to share with you guys in this update video this morning. So again, we have 3 areas out there to watch for development. There's a tropical wave that is enhancing all the shower and thunderstorm activity within the vicinity of the Lesser Antilles, and those periods of heavy rain definitely likely today across the area. So I'll keep you guys updated as necessary, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll respond to you when I have the chance to do so, and remember to always be weatherwise.